Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. Hello, everyone. Back from a small break. Life was just happening. Life was lifing for real.
Had to write that chapter.
Had to finish that chapter. How'd that go?
Oh, well, good actually. Like, I talked to my advisor yesterday. She said she really liked it. I was like, whoa, you don't think it's the worst thing you ever read?
Right? Yeah.
This feels wrong. This is not what I imagined in my terrible, intrusive thoughts,
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone feels like they're really bogged down by imposter syndrome, if it helps, that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
that shit stays. Like you just got to figure out other tools to work through it and get around it.
Yeah, this is the only thing you could do. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm getting the highest degree you can get, and I still get hit with it every day.
Yeah. Things are pretty good over here. I'm tired. I started seeing a new trainer.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
I've been in the gym, and right now, last time we met, he had me work out, I guess, my front delts.
Oh yeah,
which I don't think I've ever worked out before, and maybe I went too hard, or maybe the weight was too much or something. But like, it's past sore. Like it hurts. I'm aching. I'm in pain.
There's a word for that. It's like delayed something. Like it's the pain that comes a few days after you've worked out something, I think, for the first time in a while, or the first time ever.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I think I hurt myself.
Oh.
And there is a like sprain or a bruise or something in there.
Oof.
That will be fine. Like I'm not gonna stop going, but yeah.
Be mindful.
Other than that, I've just been hanging out, adjusting to the new house, adjusting to life. I always get we've been doing this project for 9-ish months now. We've been doing the podcast for like 9-ish months now. And I gotta admit, like, there was a crippling fear of like, if we miss a week, then I'll never do it again. Because that's how I treat my gym. That's how I treat like working out. Like it like if I didn't have a trainer, or like if I weren't in the systems that I was going through, what would happen is I would hurt if I got this like pain on my own. I'd be like, well, I guess I can't work out anymore. I gotta wait for this to recover, and then boom, it's out of my routine. And I guess I say all that to say that, like, as to autistic ADHD people,
havers.
That's what I wanted to say, havers, but for some reason I felt wrong. I correct me if I'm wrong, but like, at least for me, routine is really hard. It's really difficult to have a routine. And I will say that, like, doing the podcast does, like, it is a routine, but it doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm under duress.
And then we took the break, and then, like, leading up to this week, I was like, oh my God, like, do I still got it? Do I, like, do I even want this? The answer is yes. Like, we're fine. I don't know. That's all to say. How's life outside of school?
Oh, I've been vibing. I've been playing games again, since I cut back a little when I was doing stuff for my chapter. I finished a book, so now I finished 3 books this year.
Word.
Woo! My goal is 12.
Yeah, 1 a month. That's fair.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, within reason, the amount of books you read a year is about the amount of pages you read a day. So if anyone's like interested in reading more,
I only read 12 pages a day.
On average.
Okay. Honestly,
if anyone's interested in reading more books, then like don't think about it in terms of books, think about it in terms of pages, because most books are about 300-ish pages, 350 pages, and there are about just under that or just over that many days in the year. And so if you read one page a day, you'll probably finish one book, because that's like 300 something pages, with breaks, with like days you might read more or less or something like that. So if you want to read 12, you really just have to read 12 pages every day on average.
So if I want to increase, then I should consider it by page numbers versus increasing the amount of books I want to read.
Yes. If you can crank out 30 pages every single day, you will read about 30 books a year.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I guess the problem with me is I have my days where I'm like, oh, this book is good. Let me read it for 6 hours straight. And then I'm not
which is the big flaw in this thought process, because most people read in sprints as opposed to like marathons.
Yeah.
And I also want to, speaking on that, one of the things that, as a person with ADHD, this also might be helpful to those of you out there. One thing my therapist talked to me about, like, or that I've talked to my therapist about, and I might have mentioned this already. I like to sprint. It's hard for me to get the motivation to do anything unless I'm dashing at it full speed, right? But if you look up like resources or tips and tricks to do things,
like, don't do that.
Most people describe a marathon. It's like, no, you got to do it every day. You got to do. Don't burn yourself out. Just do a little bit every day. And I'm like, but I hate marathons. I want to sprint. And my therapist was like, that's okay. And I went, whoa, that's okay. Yeah.
Oh, it is okay.
It's okay.
Because I feel like I've always sort of had this problem with how I regarded my system of doing things, or at least in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get better. Like when I first started grad school, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a better schedule. I'm going to have a regular routine. I'm going to stop doing things in like sporadic bursts of energy. And then here I am, my 6th year, not doing that. And I think it got to the point, I was actually interviewing someone who is no longer in academia, but she did her PhD in English. And she was just talking about how, you know, with ADHD and autism, how she did things, you know, in like the sporadic bursts or whatnot. That just kind of was how things worked for her. And oftentimes, you know, you might end up in workplaces or systems in places like academia that sort of require a regularity that you just might not necessarily be able to provide. So she was like, I'm just gonna not get a job as a professor or something. I'm just gonna get a job somewhere else that I can be less structured or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's basically the mindset I came to.
Yeah, I think at least in this country, at least in America, we are raised to value a marathon work ethic.
Yes.
I mean, primarily because of capitalism. Like the American education system is designed specifically to turn out like factory workers. But also because there's just this like, I think when people are successful in a sprint, people that don't sprint see that as like magic or like speculative or just like there's something extra luck, that is something. Right. There's something that isn't real about this, right? Like people this might only be tangentially related, but the way people think about making art, right? It's like, oh, I could never draw, right? Actually, this isn't a good example for the because the people that draw they're marathoners. They've been drawing for a while.
You know what might be a good example? Like I think of like Jimi Hendrix, who just learned he just taught himself how to play the guitar. He didn't go to school for it. He just was really good at it.
Yeah.
It's like, is it magic? Is it something?
Yeah. No. There must be something biologically coded into him that makes him super good at this thing. Which I don't know. Some people are just some things click with some people, and we shouldn't judge ourselves by the things that don't click with us. I will also add to like the marathon sprint thing, like even though sprinting is okay and there's nothing wrong with like kind of being antagonistic towards the marathon, life is a marathon. And no matter what, even if you sprint over and over again, like you're in a way you're marathoning the sprints, right? And so while it's okay to not it's okay to ignore certain pieces of advice for work ethic and creation because people don't always account for neuroatypicality.
Shit still gonna take time.
This shit's still gonna take time. So it's like the ultimate piece of advice that I'd have is like, if you're a sprinter, that's okay. Think about the marathon not as the marathon, but as a way to help like jumpstart the sprint. If you have a project due on Friday and it's like, well, the responsible thing to do is to do a little bit at a time, and that doesn't work for you, that's okay. But if you do something, even if it isn't like scheduled or like something like that, even if you just prep some stuff Monday and Tuesday,
you'll be better off on Friday. Even with my sprinting approach, as I write my dissertation, I've still had to take more time than I've ever taken to write anything. Like it's just what you got to do to finish it sometimes, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hey, good practice. If you can write a dissertation, you can write a fiction novel.
I mean, honestly, it's probably... it feels a little easier in my head. Well, at least maybe because I grew up writing fiction primarily.
Sure.
You know? So I'm like, it feels... Yeah, I might get judged by like an editor or somebody, whoever's looking at the book, but I can't fail. I can't have a bad grade.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's good to catch up. But let's get into the catch ups of the stuff that we really want to talk about. Let's get into the content catch up. So, what have you been contenting?
Yes, actually, I got this game that was on my Steam wish list. It's a visual novel called Arcadia Fallen, and it's basically about this alchemist and because you know you can customize your little character. They end up in like this scuffle with this person possessed by a demon, because they're trying to defend the spirit who's getting harassed, and in attempt to save their life after you get killed and stuff, they end up doing this magic ritual that ends up the spirit and the alchemist are now connected, and this essentially gives the alchemist mage powers. So it's a world where you have magic and you have like alchemists and you have mages, but magic is illegal. You're not supposed to be doing that. So yes, you're just kind of on like a ragtag adventure trying to figure out why there's like a demon problem in the city. It's like, oh shit, I have these powers that I'm really not supposed to have, and but they're really helpful. And it's like it's a lot of the tropes with like the different members of the party and the love interest that I like. So, I always think the really strict sort of fighter lady plus the what's it called? Like the cheeky little asshole magic user, and then they're always bickering. So I always
sure. I mean, I understand like a cheeky asshole character, but I don't associate that. I don't associate that specifically to a magic user.
Oh no, I don't. I just think it's the cheeky asshole, and then like the more serious character, sort of bickering back and forth is fun. But yeah, it's cool. It's like a little puzzly because when you're doing alchemy, you gotta like match the ruins with the recipes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I've been enjoying it.
Okay. What? Yeah. So you described it as a visual novel.
Mm-hmm.
How ludic is it? Like, how is it straightforward? Is it linear, or are there choices and things? What kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of choices. They'll have like choices that I think are more indicative of personality. So it'll have like it'll have the dialogue and then the associated sort of emotion or feelings. So like annoyed, if you're being sarcastic, if you're joking, if you're determined, if you're adventurous. So they have like choices like that. And then of course they have like the romance choices. So you can choose to initiate romantic, or you can like choose to not initiate romantic choices with the different available romanceable characters. And then they have choices that are like affect the plot, and they'll always like it'll be like a pop-up like this is gonna like affect so and so how they regard whatever is happening. So then you'll have like two like a split path between that. So it's like pretty interactive. I don't know how have like how many different endings or anything, or how the sort of branching that's available, but it does have like it seems to be that there's something like that. But I'll say it's kind of linear in the sense that you're going through chapters of the visual novel, and you'll have like your main story, and then you'll have like the breakaway where it's like, you go to different locations in the place, and you'll get like different dialogue depending on who you talk to. So yeah.
Okay. I the reason I asked is because like I have been thinking about ever since Mixtape came out, I've been thinking about like what qualifies as a game.
Yeah.
And I know some people, because they're called visual novels.
Yeah.
And a novel is not a game.
Yes.
But there is a degree of play.
Yeah, I think.
And so, like, my question is like, you said Arcadia Fallen. Arcadia Fallen.
Yes.
How much of a game is it versus how much play is there? Does that translate?
Yeah. I'd say, I think that's also why I like the term interactive novel, because I feel like it gives more than a visual novel. Although I'm sure there are like visual novels where you like, you just kind of play them through. Perhaps you don't affect the story. You're just kind of, you're literally just seeing a visual novel. But I'd say it's mostly like story heavy. It's very interactive, so you very much have like a lot of control in how you affect your character's personality and whatnot, and how they engage with the world. There's like mini games sort of built in, I'd say, more so, like when you're doing alchemy and whatnot.
Sure. Okay. That is not the mini game, but having these little like stretches, to me that defines a game, even if it is mostly narrative on the like ludonarrative spectrum. Because I do feel like a lot of people, especially like gamers TM, a lot of people treat the word game as if it means like challenge. Right? Like I think a lot of people think if there's no sport to a game, if there's nothing to dominate, if there's nothing to overcome, then it isn't a game. And I just don't agree with that personally.
Yeah. It's also interesting because I even think challenges come in like different forms, perhaps like the traditional gamer wouldn't consider. Like back when I was playing like the Korean like Otome like dating sim kind of games, a lot of those are hard in the sense that you have to be able to get a certain amount of, or like certain choices to unlock like a good ending. And it was to the point where like I was following guides and shit and playing, and like I was still getting a bad ending. So seeing like challenges and in different ways like that. But yeah, like honestly, I think especially with like the gamer TM, it's like, you kind of like win or you lose kind of thing.
Yeah. So something has to lose for it to be a game for some people, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah. And I even think with like Arcadia Fallen, like I don't really know what sort of ending you can have, but like I think the resolution of story and knowing all those choices, how you like they all came together to have the certain outcome. It's always very interesting. I think that's why I always was drawn to like interactive novels. Shit, I mean, did you ever read those choose your own adventure stories as a kid?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what the interactive novel develop into.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. The part of the reason that I also brought this up is because the thing that I've been consuming is the new 007 game.
Oh yeah,
007
that's
First
very
Light.
narrative heavy.
It's there's a lot of narrative, and there are a couple of like small sections that are basically on rails. Like you can like there's a clip that has been going around of like this section of the game where you're driving, I think, a garbage truck as you're like like driving through the streets of London and avoiding like people shooting at you and stuff like that. But like if you don't touch the controller, like the car still like it goes forward. And people are like, you call this a video game? First of all, ignoring the entire rest of the game. And then two, yeah, just because you can't fail doesn't mean it's not a game, right? Like I think a lot part of that is to be able to role play it almost, right? There's a degree of role play that this game. So 007 is an origin story. 007 First Light is like an origin story for a contemporary James Bond. He is in the game 26.
Damn.
Yeah.
Young as hell.
He was born in 2000 diegetically. Right. It's like holy shit. Yes. Played by Patrick Gibson, I believe. And it's like origin story. He goes through training. He goes through like first mission, gets revved. Like it becomes a James Bond film, even if though it starts at the origin story, which we don't see that much of. At least not in my circles. I could be wrong. And the game is like half of it is very narrative heavy. It's you listening to dialogue, you maybe interacting with dialogue, like choosing questions every now and then, but it is a lot of watching like a movie. And then when it's not that, it is there is a lot of freedom with how to approach the different levels, though there are moments when it's like, okay, clearly there's kind of only one path, maybe two.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see the way that they want me to go. And so I like sometimes like seeing the Matrix kind of takes you out of it a little bit. But overall, I've been really enjoying it. I think the acting is great. I think the music is great. As soon as some cool shit happens and it's like I'm like, oh my god. Like it feels like this is like the first game. Well, I don't want to say this is one of the first times where I really felt like 007 was mine. If that makes sense. Like I grew up with Pierce Brosnan. I didn't really watch any of the Daniel Craig films.
That's the only one I've seen.
They didn't interest me for some reason at that point. I don't know. I honestly don't think 007 really interests me. I got the idea, but this is the first time I was like, oh yeah, no, I get it. Also, thematically, the game is here's an interesting thing about the game. The game is overtly anti-AI. They're like the central plot line of the game is anti-AI. Minor spoilers for the game. Well, actually, kind of major spoilers. Major spoilers. One of the things about it is that like this MI6 in the game has like a supercomputer AI prediction machine that's like helping like not Quantum Break. What's the movie based on the book Minority Report, where it's like the crazy supercomputer, right? And like Minority Report, the whole thing is like, hey, actually, this is a bad idea, right? Because it's not perfect, and we are like, there are issues with it that cause catastrophic chains of events. There's more to that I don't want to say too much on. And the game is published by Amazon Studios after the IP was bought by Amazon, and it just feels so like, I don't know, man. I don't think Jeff Bezos can make the anti-AI game. Like, that just feels not. I know it's not literally Jeff Bezos, but it feels
a little unserious.
A little, right. But I do think to a more important point about all of this, but like, I'm about to move away from 007. Fun game, enjoy it, play the game. Amazon does seem to be pumping money
some good games
into everything, right? They're making like they're making TV, all kinds of movies, games, and TV and games. They are pumping stuff in, and
I don't like that.
You're right. The artist in me is like, man, I'm glad creatives get to have the monetary support they need to make the art that they want. But you're fucking planning something. This is a gambit. And I can't shake the origins of Amazon, which got its empire on severely undercutting other stores, a lot of local stores, at a significant loss, so that way when the competition's gone, they can just make all that money back and more. So it feels like almost as if it's a challenge to, maybe not specifically, but in general, like Larry Ellison, almost like the which like the HBO sell kind of triggered Amazon to go like, okay, well, we have to get into the game, and that sucks.
Yeah. I'm on a positive note. Oh man, I just think about when you accidentally roasted me about this, but I don't think you meant it as a roast.
Oh no.
But I had brought up the Amazing Digital Circus, and you said, "Is that what the has-been hotel girls you're watching now?"
And I was right.
Listen, but I think
the has-been refugees.
Yes. Wait, isn't it still going on? You know what? I don't
watch it. Is Has-Been Hotel still going?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought that was over for some reason.
Honestly, I don't be in has-been business, but
I don't know. It always felt. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that on this.
No shade to our has-been hotel girly watchers.
Yeah, love you guys. Talented down.
Broadway actors. Anyways, that's not why I brought it.
Not the point. Not the point.
The Amazing Digital Circus only came about because it was crowdfunded, basically. So it was like, hey guys, can you support our independent animation? Thanks. And it got like a fuck ton of money and a fuck ton of viewership, to the point that they're now showing the finale in theaters, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be cool if like TV shows were showing their, like, you know, season finale and you could go see it at the movies on the big screen. I like that. But it was cool because seeing what else is coming out of it, I don't remember her name, but the creator of the Owl House basically had this whole thing where Disney, you know, fucked them over, you know, as Disney does to their
creator of the Owl House, Dana Terrace.
Yes, Dana Terrace. Basically, the Owl House got canceled just randomly, and it was like, oh wow, unexpected. It was a very popular show, but the Owl House creator Dana, she collabed with the Digital Circus company, which I'm now Glitch. It's called Glitch, and they made this cool show called The Knights of Guinevere. I think they just had the pilot, but they're gonna end up continuing it because it like did really well. But just seeing people make stuff.
Sungwon Cho is gonna be in it.
Oh yeah, like it has like a good ass cast, and it's cool seeing like people be able to do stuff independently still outside of like the big...
Eden Regal.
Yeah, it got some talent going on.
That's Sam Regal's sister.
But yeah, I watched the pilot. It was really good.
Sam Regal's in Critical Role.
Sorry,
okay. Yeah, Sam Riegel is in Critical Role. He's a big part of that.
Cool.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then, I I was a Steven Universe 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've moved past it. Is this corner of not quite adults, but like many adult animation worth it?
No, it's full adult animation.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the Knights of Guinevere, it's already like it's gonna get dark. It's not.
Okay.
It's significantly
but like
dark.
Steven Universe got dark. What are they fucking? Like what's adult about it?
I guess maybe some of the themes, like I don't know if they'll be cussing or shit or something, but it felt like it had like the adult animation vibe about it. Like I could see the difference between the Knights of Guinevere and like Owl House.
Because I mean,
like,
just aesthetically looking at it. Oh, actually, you know what? I see what you mean. Like visually, there is like a adult animation-y hue to it. Yeah, almost like the Harley Quinn show. It kind of has a similar hue, if that translates.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's gonna be gay as hell.
Oh, for sure. Like the main characters both are like super gay. Well, I mean, looking.
Computer.
Yes, these guys Computer went to work, and I'm pretty sure Glitch is probably going to be more adult film, not adult films, adult animation.
We heard you. We all heard you.
I'm sorry they don't make porn. I'm sorry, Glitch. But yeah, Digital Circus is pretty freaky, like scary. Like I wouldn't watch that shit with my nephew or anything.
Okay. All right, good to know. In conclusion, I don't like Amazon, even if I like things that they made.
Yes.
And if that's hypocritical, I'm comfortable with that. You got me. You sure showed me. I'm comfortable with it though. All right. Speaking of hypocritical, let's get into the discussion of the day. All right. So Love Island's back. Love Island
I got Darrell to watch Love Island.
This is my first time watching Love Island.
Yeah.
And first impression, there's a lot of kissing.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot more kissing than there has been in past seasons.
Okay, I thought so. It does feel like... So, okay. Should we start at Vasana? Because I've seen things online that seems like die hard or just like continuing Love Island fans are all generally going, this is too much kissing. There's too much spit in this show. Yeah. And I saw some people say that it's like it seems like they had to reshoot that first episode.
Oh.
Because one of the characters, Vasana, am I saying that right? That's her name?
Either that or Vasanya.
Vasanya?
I'm not sure.
Hold on, let me double check. I don't want to.
It might be.
I want to be pro women. Vasana Montgomery. She got kicked off the island just before it aired at the 11th hour.
Yep.
For like people found a recording of her rapping to like a 6ix9ine song.
Yeah, like
where
it seems like
she
one of her
fully says the N-word and stuff.
Former friends like released a video they had of her.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, okay, you was in the background laughing. You know what? Whatever. Yeah. She's God now.
Yeah. And
she says sorry.
Do you have anything to touch on the Vasana situation? Because I'm sure people are interested in that.
Yeah. I feel like Love Island USA has kind of taken a good approach to that. Mm-hmm. They're at least kind of being like equal about it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like this has happened to past Islanders. Like last season, there was the whole thing with Yelissa, who in a similar vein got removed for also saying the N-word in videos, and Sierra, another Islander, got removed mid-season because screenshots came up about her using a slur or whatever.
Sure.
So it just seems like at this point that's just gonna be it. Like
okay.
It doesn't feel like it kind of feels like, okay, the reactionary sort of audience of Love Island, it kind of seems like it's like, oh, Love Island had to find a way to sort of meet them. Like, of course, I'm like, yeah, you should not be saying the N-word.
Yeah, so maybe this is me not being woke enough, but this video surfaces, the production team kicks her off. Okay.
Yeah.
But it did feel like, leading up to that first episode, a lot more people wanted to keep talking about it. And my take, and it doesn't even feel like a take, it's just like, I don't really care, man.
I do find that, like, one, a lot of people expect like a level of preventativeness from the Love Island production, which doesn't make sense. Like, people are like, oh, how did they let this get past them? And I'm like, well, the video would not have dropped if she had not been on Love Island.
If
like,
she didn't get to Love Island, none of us would know her.
Exactly.
And none of us would then care.
And we're saying Latina from Miami or something. So, but I do think it's interesting how now, with how social media, we have like this reality show, we also have social media now, how it's like the immediate reaction to like check off a list of things you need to look up about an Islander to like,
and like, I don't love that. I don't want to be conflated with like boomer anti-cancel culture, but like,
I just think that you're fucking freak if like your first instinct is like, I'm gonna look up every single one of these Islanders, who they're following, trying to gauge out their politics, blah blah blah. Like, and this is coming from someone who looks at like shit like that at school, you know. Like, I'm always thinking about being black, I'm always thinking about political shit, all that. But like, it just feels too parasocial for me.
Yes, so I mean, going to the show, the whole thing feels more parasocial than I've practiced, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's not that I haven't had a good time. It just feels like every time I feel like, so far this week, and we're recording this after episode 4. The last thing that happened was the Melanie crash out, which we'll get to later. It feels like every time that I start having a good time, it makes me feel icky. Because it's like, is this not the Hunger Games? Is that not what this is? Is this not Squid Games? We're like torturing these 22 to 25-year-olds, making them put very intimate parts of their lives on camera at risk of other people for $100,000. And if I'm watching it and I'm having a good time, does that not make me like like the niggas in the stands watching
Capital I?
Yeah. And am I getting too woke too fast? I know there are some people that are just like, it's just for fun, you're thinking about it too much. And if that's how you feel, there's nothing I can say to you. How did you get here?
I mean, honestly, I feel like even part of like what I found intriguing about the show is it's a psychological experiment. You have these 10 to 12 people in this fake, well, not fake place, but it's like
structured, right?
Yes.
Like yes, this is a tangible place that exists in the world, but also just off camera, there are 18 dudes with like the same black hat on, whispering into all of their ears, watching on the
the villa is designed to be like surveilled, you know, by nature. Like, there's cameras in the bedrooms, even like cameras pointing at the showers and shit. I mean, like, you can't see nobody's ass cheeks or anything, but there's a lot of exposure.
I mean, you have I know there are some ass cheeks, like they're just in bikinis.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's not HBO.
It's not HBO, right? There's no like D and P.
Yeah. So you have all these people and they're being filmed like 23 hours a day, and they also only get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep on average every night. So a lot of the time
they're drugged, like filled with alcohol, and
I think they actually now they had to put a limit, or they decided to implement limits on how much alcohol you can consume.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Because it used to just be a free for all in the earlier seasons of Love Island. But and also they're probably dehydrated. Like there's been Islanders who like left in past seasons, or like like this one guy disappeared in the season I just watched in the old UK season because he was like freaking dehydrated. They got those little cute ass little water bottles that aren't doing shit in the hot ass sun. So all of those factors combined, and then age, most of them are like gonna geared towards the younger years. Like you'll have people in their like late 20s, but for the most part it's like a lot of people.
Let's get into the specifics, but I do want to add, just as a premature defending myself, this isn't me trying to like cancel the show. This isn't like my experience is not me describing why the show shouldn't exist or anything like that. This was the hurdle I had to get over in watching this. It just I struggle to remove my own point of view as a watcher. All right, Love Island.
And it's hard because you're watching this shit every single day, basically.
Oh my god, every day is so much. I'll say 5 days too much. That's too much. That's too much. Love Island.
You kind of see how it's like a breeding ground for people to like act how they do. Like we're watching this shit 5 days a week.
Yes.
And then of course people will like go off what they see before even the next episode airs. People will like analyze shit from like clips and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and also people analyze shit weird. Is that okay? Like
it's because they don't know how to freaking analyze.
People, it seems like audiences, at least people that are vocal online, treat the contestants both as real people that have real impact in the world and should face real consequences, and fictional characters that you can just extrapolate information from because there is a single author. And kind of neither of those are true.
Yeah. It's to the point where it's to the point where you have people who will see like the initial pictures of the Islander and like start forming opinions.
Right.
Be like, oh, this is my client. Like I jokingly will be like, oh yeah, this is my new client. This Islander is my client. But like making whole social media pages dedicated to Islanders before the show even airs. Yeah. And then they get upset when they're like, oh, you're not acting how I imagined you would act in my
I had this idea of you based on other people I've met in my own life. How dare you not fit the mold I made for you?
Literally.
Ew. Chill out. I don't know.
Yes.
All right, let's meet our Islanders. Go ahead, Leah.
Yes, let's go through them. So for our boys, should we just go through Islanders or should we go through current couplings?
Let's do Islanders first.
Okay, so for the boys, starting from the top, we have Casey. He's a dude from LA. He's funny. He seems nice.
He's funny and he seems nice.
Yeah. Then you have Sincere, who is I want to know if he's Afro Puerto Rican. I'm really curious.
I think he said he's Dominican, right? Didn't him and Melanie both say that they come from similar households or something like that?
I think maybe. I feel like I would have caught if he said he was Dominican. I feel strongly about that, so I'm like,
all right.
But it's very possible.
Keep going. I'm on Dominican.
It. He could be Dominican. I think his ethnicity is unconfirmed though. I've been searching around. But yeah, Melanie said like off rip she's Dominican.
It is allegedly, apparently, unrevealed other than the fact that he is black.
Yeah, I figured he was like one of his parents is black, and then his other parent would be like Puerto Rican or something. But anyway, Sincere, he seems like he'll be a bit of a problem, not like bad problem, but in the sense that he might be. Well, he said in his intro he had 2 wandering eyes, so I feel like that sort of sums up his personality nicely. He's a pretty man, so he's
pretty.
He's very got pretty, bundles. Yeah. He got the Maui bundles.
He got the Maui bundles.
Yeah. So he'll be messy, maybe. Who knows? Next we have Sean, who I'm like is actually getting. Have you been seeing how he's been? The mayor's been on his ad.
Oh right, okay. So Sean is Black Korean. He's a Blasian.
Yes. And, wait, he's actually Black Korean and white. He's a Blasian.
Word. He is a cop, or at least he was a cop.
He was.
Because he got fired because he went onto the show or something.
He applied for leave and they denied his leave, so he was like, all right, fuck it, I could make more on Love Island than I could as a cop, probably.
I mean, true. He had a long-term high school relationship that lasted for a decade, and he's got a kid, and the kid is not with the person in the long-term relationship.
No, it was with the Tinder date.
Yeah. Which
I'm like, whoa, buddy, you got a lot going on.
You got a lot going on, big dog.
Handsome guy, but he got a lot going on.
I think he is so. All that being said, I don't hate him.
Oh yeah, I don't hate him actually.
When he's able to talk to the other dudes, he's often right.
Yeah.
It's weird, but we'll get back to that.
Isn't it weird? I was even feeling that was sincere when he was,
honestly, like, all of the guys except for Bryce feel genuinely like adjusted, or at least like more well adjusted for what you would imagine this show, right? It's Love Island. They're supposed to be all Gabrielle, right?
Yeah, Gabrielle.
Yeah,
he's fun. I don't know if I feel like I've seen him kiss more than I've heard him speak.
Oh my god! We'll come back to God. Get the last 3 boys, or the last 2 boys.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Bryce. He
is boring, and he looks like Matthew Gray Goodbar. Nice. Okay. He seems lame.
He just kind of seems kind of nice. I don't despise him,
Yeah, I big nothing him. He's not gonna last.
Honestly, yeah, no, I don't. I think he's gonna make it past the next recoupling for sure.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna go home or anything. I actually have a theory about who's going home, but maybe we should go through the rest of the island.
Put a pin in that. Put a pin right there.
Yes. Did we get through all the boys?
No, there's also Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach, who is cool, but he's also kind of boring, except when he's saying like submissive stuff.
Yeah, it's really funny when he's like, I want her to step on me. Or whatever. Well, I can't do a real accent that he has. Because he's British.
Yeah, and also he seems like he has a really good bromance going with Bryce.
At first, I thought that, but every time they do it now, it feels more and more manufactured, and I'm like,
you want to see a real bromance? Watch season 6. Just kidding, don't.
Okay.
But like between Rob and Aaron, that was like one of the best examples of bromance I've seen.
Yeah.
Yes. But yes.
And then the first bombshell as of this recording. Or I guess no, as of this recording, two bombshells.
Yes.
Gabrielle.
The first day bombshell was Gabrielle.
And
G-Man.
And the one that was just added for us is Corbin Blue. Right. Chicken Corbin Blue.
Who also like he has a lot of yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he uses a lot of young Gen Z speak that reminds me of my brothers.
22. They're all so young. They're all
like
so
when he said
young.
Type shit, it's like his age.
Leave me alone, type shit. His voice is so deep. It deadass sounds like the ladies.
I swear he actually referenced that like in the convo.
Did he really? I didn't peep that.
Yes.
Yeah. No feelings about him.
The girlies were eating it up though.
Yeah, because he's like 6'5", and
true. I mean, he's hot. So
as a tall person, I still don't. I mean, I'm not hot like he is, so obviously there's a difference. But I am very tall, and I don't understand why that is valuable.
It has to be the patriarchy or something.
I guess. I don't know. We've already been too woke in the conversation about Love Island. We have to pin that for later.
Being too woke about Love Island.
All right, ladies, women's.
Ladies. So taking it from the top, we have Anaya, who I think is interesting. Let me just say, because it's mentioned in a conversation that her dad played in the NBA, and everyone was like, "Oh, Casey's not gonna let her go because her dad." First of all, they're acting like he's LeBron. Like, he played in the NBA, but you wouldn't like know him unless maybe you were like a super sports head who follows basketball.
Yeah.
I'm also saying this from the perspective as someone who has an uncle who was in the NBA but wasn't like famous or necessarily rich or anything. So I'm like, I think that's like a goofy assumption to just like, how is her dad being in the NBA going to help him? Is he going to be able to get in the NBA at the
her
right
dad
age?
Is Donald Harvey.
Yeah. He's just the guy who played basketball, you know?
Yeah, he's just the guy.
Yeah. So they're like, ooh, he's never gonna let her go because her dad's. They're like, his eyes lit up when she said that. And I'm like, well, maybe because he likes basketball.
Yeah.
You guys are weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Everything is like, they're always like, it's a scam. It's a
well, we have to talk about that affect when we talk about the Melanie stuff, because I have some thoughts on that, but let's get to the rest of the women.
Yes. So okay, next we have Trinity. She's
22.
She's 22. She's very young, and people were like, yeah, she says things that are like indicative of her age, which I'm like, okay, that's cool.
She has like really rigid beliefs about romance and gender roles that I pray she grows out of.
Yeah. I got no ill will towards the girl.
Otherwise, she's funny.
She is funny.
She's funny. She's entertaining.
Yes.
And otherwise is whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say we have Beatrice or
Bea,
they've been calling her.
Bea.
People
are still calling her Beatrice, and I'm like, y'all are. Let me hold my tongue.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like that. Beatrice. Even if you can't like, roll the R's necessarily, you can say Beatrice.
At least say Bea.
Bea, yeah. But I think she's also funny.
She's really funny.
She's like a strong personality, which I like.
Athletic or Olympian.
I think people find her tone very jarring, but I'm like, she kind of reminds me of like other women I know who are athletes.
Yeah. She has the personality that if she weren't good at sports, she'd be really into anime. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like she would really fuck with some shonen.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like she'd have some really strong opinions about Madoka Magica. No, that'd be too old for her because they're also young.
Yeah, because she's like, what? She's like 26 or something.
26 or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then next we have Kenzie. Who's been growing on me. She kind of gives me like white girl wasted vibes. She has been growing
on me too. Like, the first thing you notice about Kenzie is she got a big mouth.
Yeah, her eyes get really wide.
She's got like Demi Lovato face. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like that kind of.
She can't help it,
But I feel like people drag it a little bit. Maybe it's not that they're dragging it. I feel secondhand embarrassment with how often it gets brought up. She loves doing the splits.
She does. Honestly, though, if I could do a split, I feel like I'd be the same way.
No, I get that.
Just dropping it into him. But yeah, she's been growing on me. I feel like I thought her conversation with Bea was nice.
It was good. Yeah. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to that.
Yes, because there's another conversation that does not go as well.
Yeah.
And then we have our last OG Islander,
last
which
OG
is
woman,
Melanie.
Yeah. This is Melanie.
Who
is
also really young. Is she like 21?
I think she's like 24.
Oh, oops.
I think she's 24, but which is still very young. Like that is still very young to be like, for all intents and purposes, doxxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's also working up to be like the main character, at least this week.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah, she has some behaviors that concern me, just from, not that I like dislike the girl or have any ill will towards the girl, but she's a bit concerning to watch. And I think that was especially brought out with our most recent bombshell woman, which is Kada. Who I'm quite liking Kada.
I like her. I like her.
They've been calling her Queen Vaughn.
Yeah. So like alleged videos have come out of her from New Hampshire whooping ass.
Wait, her mom came out and addressed it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so basically her mom was on Facebook and she was like, yeah, this video, the one with there's no audio and she like slaps the white girl.
Yeah.
She apparently slapped her because she called her the N-word. So that's all I'm saying. Because I know the white girl didn't want to say how this situation came about, and it was also the music. There was no sound on the video, so I'm like, oh, what's the rest of the story? But yeah,
even if that weren't the case, I think I'd still like her more.
Honestly,
she fight?
Yeah,
I'll fuck with it. Fuck with it.
Oh yeah, and we see even like, I feel like that sort of energy in how she was not backing down from Melanie trying to punk her out, that's what it was starting to feel like.
Yeah,
which is interesting because I don't think Kada expressed any interest in Sincere or any. Oh, we should probably say the couples.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before. Okay, so as it stands, the current couples we have Trinity and Bryce. We have Anaya and Casey.
Yay.
Woo, yay. We have Melanie and Sincere.
Yeesh.
We have Kada and Zach.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm like, huh? I don't know yet. We have Bea and Gabrielle, which I don't.
I feel nothing towards.
I feel like this guy came to like make rounds on that. I don't know. I don't know what he's.
He moving like he don't give a fuck about the money.
Honestly, but I have to say he kind of like fits what I imagine a bombshell to be, because the whole point of the bombshell is like you're supposed to disrupt these couplings and steal somebody's girl or their man. So I feel like he was actually better as a bombshell than he would have been as an OG.
He kisses a lot.
Yeah,
he will interrupt people mid.
He seemed like I kiss. I will say from what I'm watching.
As many times as they kiss, I feel like I don't know how to. Like, I feel like they've deleted my knowledge of how to kiss. I feel like there when Gabrielle was in the room with both
Bea and
Trinity. He was macking on both of them so hard, I felt like I was getting cucked. Like, I felt like I was in the cuck chair watching this, and I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe the camera should be off for this. Oh my God.
I felt so embarrassed. I think when I really felt embarrassed was when like Kada had kissed Zach in bed, and then Bryce low-key tried to roll over.
What did he say? He's like, now you gotta give me some or something like that.
It was like, ooh, Bryce, no.
Ooh, read the room.
Ooh.
Read the room.
No.
She said not tonight. Oof, big dog.
Yes.
Who was that? Who are we missing?
Did we do all the couples?
Oh, and then
Sean and Kenzie are currently single.
Sean and Kenzie are single, and they're kind of moving on. Well, Sean is like moving on Kenzie.
Yeah,
to like have a couple.
Mad at.
I'm not. Yeah, I get it.
I could even see how the personalities even.
Yeah, I don't think she want him though, but
yeah,
I don't think nobody want him for real.
I feel like nobody want him for real, but I feel like he's not gonna get eliminated yet. Which, you know, in the ideal world, it would be goodbye to Bryce or Sean.
I agree. I think in my ideal world, Bryce goes because I think he's whack, and I think he's.
You want my theory?
I think he's killing the vibes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think Zach might go home, and here is why. Typically, they have it. You know how the recoupling is going to work based on like how many of each gender there are. So there's more boys currently than girls. So they're going to have a girls recoupling. So the girls pick the boys.
Really quick, I want to get back to the theory of Zach leaving. What exactly is the recoupling process? As I have never watched Love Island before.
Yes. So basically, there will be certain factors that may affect it. So, you know, like the bombshells coming in, blah, blah, blah. But basically, you're going to have what is called a recoupling where either the girls or the boys, that's how they'll typically do it, are going to pick who they would like to recouple with. And how they pick the order, some of it is like, you know, you can tell who's going to go first. Like the couples who are like locked in more typically will get to go first because it's like, oh, we already know you're going to
like pick the same person.
Yeah, so I feel like Anaya.
So they can be like, I want to stay
you can
in
pick
my
whoever
own
you
couple?
want. Yeah, you could choose to stay in your own couple.
And do both people have to pick each other?
No,
just one person picks one person.
Yeah, so you can get quote unquote stolen from your couple or whatever.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So how I think this one will work, because there's more boys, they're gonna let the girls pick first, but they're not gonna let Corbin kind of like, I don't think they'll let Corbin get thrown to the wolves like that since he just got there.
Yeah.
So typically they'll let whatever, let's just say it's a situation where they have a boy bombshell, they'll let Corbin pick who he wants the couple with. And then I think they're going to let the girls pick from whoever is like, you know, whatever the boys will be with. And based on who I think Corbin is interested in, based on X's and Instagrams and all that, I think he would either pick Melanie or Kata. But I don't think he's going to pick Melanie. I feel like Melanie and Sincere are going to carry on for however long. So I think he's might going to pick Kata.
That's interesting because sorry, finish your thought.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you who else I think the other Islanders will pick.
Yeah.
Or do you want to interject your thought?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think Anaya will pick KC.
Yeah.
I think
I've seen a lot of people say that they don't think that. Because
I don't know why.
Casey and Anaya did kind of defaulted together because when they all first picked, no one picked Casey, and Anaya and Melanie both picked Sincere, and then Sincere picked Melanie. Forcing them together. And then when they were together, they both kind of went, I
think there's something there.
Here, let's stick it out.
And then they reinforced their pick for each other by standing on the green
during that second door thing. They both picked each other again. I feel like it doesn't feel like there's been anything that has, maybe I'm just not seeing it, but it doesn't feel like there's been anything that's leading me to believe that Anaya's like just waiting for like,
she was even a little salty when Melody pulled Casey for a chat. Like she seemed a little like, "Aw, this kind of stuff."
It does. I did see a lot of takes that were like, Anaya don't really like him, and she's just like looking for a reason to break up. And I'm like, I don't see what you're seeing.
I don't either. I think she's comfortable with her current coupling.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. No one says they have to be like in love, but I feel like they mutually are feeling each other.
Yeah.
And like, I even saw people were like, she's gonna pick Sincere, and I'm like, there's nothing she said or done to indicate that she's still interested in pursuing things with Sincere. Like she hasn't pulled him for a chat. I don't think she would either, because it seems like her and Melanie have some type of friendship or camaraderie going on. I mean, it's obviously not super reciprocal. Because we saw Melanie pull Casey for a chat. Like I don't know if I would say Anaya would pull Sincere for a chat, but whatever. So I think she's gonna pick Casey for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think Casey would pick her, honestly, if it was a boy's choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Trinity's gonna pick Bryce.
They just stay locked in, no problem, and make it to the end and win. That, like, I know that's boring. That feels really boring, but that would make me happy if these two people were just like, yeah, you know what? I really like you.
Shit, yeah.
Let's get this money and then see where this goes afterwards. That'd be the best. That's Love Island for me. Anyway, continue.
I would say you're usually gonna get one couple who's like that at least.
Mm-hmm. Do those couples usually win?
I'll say they always make it to the end. I don't know if they necessarily will win, but they always make it to the end. Like Serena and Cordell is probably, I would say, probably what made Serena and Cordell's journey also so interesting is there are like points where it's like a little tension, not like major like they were like terrorizing each other, but for example, in Casa Amor, which you will not know about, but basically Casa Amor. Okay, let's do a little Casa Amor run through.
Okay,
that's when the boys and the girls, they gotta get divided up. So somebody is gonna go to a duplicate villa, and they're gonna find a whole new set of islanders. Villas? Yeah, there's a whole different villa they're gonna go to. They change who goes which. Sometimes they'll send the boys to the casa. Sometimes they'll send the girls there. And what they're gonna find there is a whole new set of islanders of the opposite sex. So basically,
is that not Temptation Island?
Yeah, although I'll say I think Temptation Island got the idea from Love Island.
Wait, so does that mean there is a swath of dudes waiting in the wings right now?
In a way, they're in the hotels.
How many?
I don't know how many, but there's like people who are on reserve to be bombshells. There's people on reserve for Casa Amor. And there are people who like will never actually step foot on the island, but they'll still be kept in reserve just in case. Okay. Which I guess is like, but they're just like sitting in a hotel in Fiji, just waiting to see if maybe they're gonna. But I'll say it's like there are like more positions that are more certain. Like you'll know if like, oh, you're slated to be in Casa, or you're slated to be a bombshell.
Sure.
But yeah, basically. But yeah, that's the whole thing where it's like, you're supposed to test your couple. Like, and some people do hit it off with people they meet in Casa Amor, and they'll like flip their coupling or switch up or whatever. So I will say that usually is when you'll see like who's gonna win, like who this will make or break. It's actually pretty interesting because there's been times where it's like, there's people who switched up who you never would have envisioned, or like just switch it up, and you just kind of never know until you're put in the candy store, I guess. But I think I do think like store? I think couples, the cutesy sort of couples can definitely win. I do think they're like the ones who are like less interesting to watch per se, but I do think that they often win, and they usually OGs are usually making up the majority of the finale. Like Casa people and bombshells might come on in, but there's even like a saying to where like a Casa pairing, like let's just say two non-OG Islanders pair up, they always say that's like a curse. Like you're not gonna make it to the end, or you're gonna, because people typically prefer the people they've been watching,
they've invested in.
Yeah, so it's harder like to make an impact when you come later in the show.
Yeah,
but I think, why do I think Zach is going home? I just think that go ahead. If Corbin picks Kata, I don't think any of the other girls are gonna pick Zach. Basically, like I think they're gonna pick all the other boys. Like Kenzie will pick Sean. Trinity will pick Bryce. Melanie's gonna pick Sincere. Who am I missing?
Did you say Trinity? Bea and Gabrielle.
Yeah, Bea's gonna pick Gabriel for sure. Like I think.
Yeah.
And then I think Zach is gonna be cooked.
And then Kenzie.
Kenzie's gonna pick Sean, I think.
Okay. So for the same reason, I feel like it's fair to think that Sincere would go home, because I wouldn't be surprised if Corbin picked Melanie, especially since she grabbed him first.
Yeah.
Right? He's 22. He seems soft-spoken despite having a deep voice. I've been 22. There's a lot of power in having a girl say she likes you.
Yeah, that's
you know
that's
what I mean?
Fair.
And so, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he picks Melanie, leaving no one to pick Sincere, and I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I will say that I think from a production standpoint, I do see them encouraging Corbin to go for Kata over Melanie.
Really?
Because I think that would maximize mess. Because Sincere and Melanie are super messy, and in comparison to like Kata and Zach, I think they. But I don't
agree. I don't think Melanie and Sincere are super messy. I think Melanie's messy.
Yeah,
I don't see that much with Sincere. Here's the big thing that has happened, right? Melanie's with Sincere. And when Bombshell Kata comes in, Sincere pulls her aside for a chat. Now, I don't know about you,
but it was a nothing burger ass chat.
Also, just the decision to do it felt produced. It felt like somebody was like, yeah, you should. Somebody recognized Melanie's vulnerability.
and production canon will do that. You don't have to say yes, of course, but they can like nudge you towards certain
because it's like when we see them talk, they mostly talk about like superficial things. Just like, who are you? What are you into? What are you like? I'm gonna be living with you for the summer. Let's have a roommate conversation, right?
Yeah.
Which is how you would talk if somebody was like, yeah, you should go talk to her, even if you don't want to, right? Which then triggers Melanie. Maybe I'm not using that word right, but that's what I'm going to use. It kind of triggers Melanie.
She definitely triggers.
Where she starts spiraling based on what's on camera. Who knows what's off screen? Based on what is shown, she starts spiraling and is like, why do I always, like, why do men always get sick of me, right? It feels like the dialogue she uses, I have heard plenty of times in real life from people that believe that there's something inherently unlovable about themselves. And before we talk any more about this, that's not true. You are lovable. If anyone's concerned out there, you are lovable. Boom. Anyway, Melanie, now she's like, I can't believe okay, so if he's preparing to leave, then I need to strike first.
Yeah.
Right? I have to hurt him before he hurts me. And so she starts going.
Yeah. She starts pulling the boys for the combo, which is fair. Like, you're supposed to explore, but I think it's really clear that her exploration was in response to what she thought Sincere might do to her. Even when I felt like how she jumped to pull the bombshell Corbin, it felt like everything at the root of it was like about
she wanted to see Sincere see her.
Yeah,
I don't think she has any interest in any of these other men.
It's only Sincere. I think that's
only
part of why.
Him, but she's caught herself in this death spiral.
And that's even more why I think production would want, at least for the meantime, Sincere here. At least not because he himself is like, I think, moving messily or being a messy person, but because of the sort of reactions that are like spurning because of it, even down to like the Bea and Melanie conversation. None of this would have happened.
Let's get to that, right?
Yeah, if she hadn't been insecure.
This came to a head when the new bombshell Corbin came in. I want to add, just before that, Bea had a conversation with Kenzie because Kenzie pulled Gabrielle, and she was like, "Hey, like, I know we're here to explore. I would have appreciated a heads up." That is the crux. And then Kenzie went, "You know what? I wasn't even thinking about it. You know what? You're right. Like, we should be in this together. I should have at least run it by you. Even if I would have done it anyway, I should have just given you a heads up." And
basically, like, I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I don't have any couplings or anyone I'm interested in. And Bea was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I didn't really think about like the position that you're in, like the precariousness of not having someone you're like super interested in. So they
both
very
of
much
them brought their
concerns,
and they both learned a new perspective. And then they both went, here is how I can not just make amends for whatever discomfort there was, but prevent any issues in the future. And Bea was like, okay, let's make sure you get first dibs because you're single. Thank you for thank you for apologizing. Kenzie was like, I will make sure I treat like keep the women in mind first. We want clean game.
Yeah.
Right? I thought that was great. That was great. Corbin comes. And while he's light skinned and all over them, as he's sitting with all the women, and then all the men are sitting to the side watching him talk to them.
Sincere look mad as fuck.
And while he's talking to him, you can see Melanie kind of interpose herself between herself,
she all up,
like all up on him, to the point where we see Kenzie and Trinity go, move back. Move back. Dang. You're like in the way. I like you're cutting me off from the conversation.
Move, motherfucker, you're in the way.
And even if it isn't a romantic setting, I know what it feels like to, like, if there's a group of people talking and the way that they position themselves kind of pushes me to the outskirts, you might as not be in the circle.
Exactly.
It feels like you aren't a part of it because you physically aren't. And so I get it. And then as Corbin is talking to her, Melanie, who is still on one with Sincere, right? That's not including the slime game and like the weird
with Kata and stuff.
We can move past that. She pulls Corbin mid-group convo. Mid-sentence. To go
like Bea was like saying something and she like is like, oh, can I pull you for a chat?
Literally.
Also, let me just interject quickly. Usually they have it so like the bombshells will like pull the girlies the boys for a chat after the conversation kind of bubbles down.
Yeah.
But she snatched him up with swiftness.
Yeah.
And we know why.
We know why. I don't think it has anything to do with her attraction to Corbin, even though I'm sure she is attracted to him. I think she wanted to make sure she could get him in a position where Sincere had to watch.
Yeah.
Because if we split up and he gets to decide who to pull first, he might not pull Melanie, which means Sincere might not be subject to it. It's fully her like revenge to a thing that I don't think really happened. Just that I feel like it's overreaction. And so all the other girls sitting at the fire pit are like, she's kind of on one, right? And everyone was like, yes, she's kind of on one. Like, and then Bale's like,
I'll talk to her.
I'll talk to her, right? Let's get down the open, right? Melanie comes back. Bea says, hey, I think what you did, I think that was kind of excessive, and I think it was kind of rude. You kind of got in the way. Melanie, with the quickness, was like, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't on purpose. And
I think that excessive word like triggers something in her brain.
I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's that. I think it's just the fact. I'll get to it. To which Bea says, no, I just like, it was really, like, I don't remember exactly what word she's saying, but she was like, I want to, like, this is a thing that we can solve and it won't have to be a problem. To which, like, very quickly, Bea's like, okay, well, relax. It's not a big deal. I've apologized. So then Bea is like, don't tell me to relax. They kind of start going back and forth. Melanie starts getting really upset. She keeps repeating, it wasn't on purpose. Well, it wasn't on purpose. To the point where Melanie gets sad. And I'm skipping over some stuff. If people are hearing this and they're like, well, actually this, oops, my bad. It's my show, motherfucker. Like,
it's not verbatim.
She gets upset and starts crying and like kind of storms off, tries to go talk to Kata, who up until that point is her op in her mind, to like for support. And I think most of us, like, I think you agree, Melanie's on one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't think Bea did anything wrong. There's a very loud contingent, at least on my corners of TikTok, that are like, Melanie did nothing wrong, Bea is the aggressor.
See,
did we watch the same show? Sorry,
there are these people, I keep seeing people say things like, oh, this is Love Island. You're supposed to pull people from chats. You're supposed to be proactive in all of this. And I think it's interesting because people are like, their idea is that like, oh, this is what you do. Mm-hmm. So you're not entitled to the reaction that you have, which I find interesting.
I also just don't agree because Melanie earlier that day was the most upset about people pulling Sincere.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it, right?
Yeah, like what is your issue? What is the point of contention here?
Right.
And I'm like,
the thing that sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, you continue.
The thing that I have found the most frustrating, the people that I hate using this term because I don't think it's that serious, but the like Melanie defenders. Because I just for clarity, they're all sleep deprived. They're all being produced. Like, it is a moment of weakness from one person, picked from a life I have no context for. Like, whatever. But in this moment, people are like, well, Bea kept pushing it after she apologized. And I'm like, am I crazy to not think that was an apology?
It wasn't.
Like, she said the words, I'm sorry.
I thought we were in agreement that I wasn't trying to, or that's not what I intended. I thought we were in agreement that's not.
Right. I don't, because every time she goes, well, I didn't mean to.
That's a justification.
She's justifying a thing. And Bea's like, you don't need to justify it. It's not that big of a deal. I think there's two schools of thought, right? When it comes to apologies. One is apologizing verbally, like saying the words, and the other is apologizing through action. And Melanie said the words, I'm sorry, I wasn't on purpose. And Bea's like, cool, but I would like the apology to be an action via this is what's gonna change now that everyone like has voiced their grievance.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I'll be more conscious of...
Right. And I think a lot of people, both including Melanie, think if the transgression wasn't intentional,
then it's not a transgression.
Then it's not a transgression, right? I didn't do it on purpose, so you can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me. And like you said, I think the word excessive triggered her. I don't think it was that at all. I think it was just that someone was approaching her, right? She was like, well,
she's not.
I didn't actively hurt someone. Like, I didn't choose to hurt someone, so I'm not a bad person. No, I hear you. It was never
about that.
It's never about that. But she kept returning to, it wasn't on purpose, it was on purpose. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that it's on purpose or not. Do you hear us? Have you internalized the thing? Is it enough? Do you care enough about us to change that behavior? If not, then I don't fuck with you, man. Like, you don't have to change for me. That's okay too. And if you don't,
but also you have to be.
Yeah,
there might be consequences for that. And this is where I think it's interesting because a lot of people are like, "This is not Friendship Island. This is not Friendship Island." But a huge part of Love Island is the Islanders having a say in, who might go home or stuff like that. And in those moments, friendship is going to be important.
Also, like, they're at fucking summer camp.
Yeah.
You don't want to have friends.
Nice with
you
your
don't have friends at summer camp.
Yeah.
You're at adult summer camp. You want to be alone, mad all summer? Like what are we talking about?
It's a game about like socialness, and platonic and romantic connections are gonna play a role in that. Like, what you gonna do if it's time to like, oh, who we finna save? You know who doesn't get saved? The person who has like little to no outside connections with the people around them. Like, there was this girl Andrea who went home season 6 because she was very happy in her couple, but the other girls, they didn't fuck with her like that. So she went home.
And also, so, just like outside of the experiment, outside of the show, just as a person who's in life, romantic love is so much better when you also have platonic love.
Friends.
It's just better. It's just better when you have friends too.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a lot of like critically heterosexual people that doesn't register for, because there is a assumption, or not even assumption, there is a practice, a tradition even amongst like heterosexual Western couples, predominantly white but not exclusively, where platonic relationship, especially for men, platonic relationships are kind of a placeholder until
for your eventual,
until you get the romantic relationship.
Yeah.
And that's whack, dog. That's awful.
Yeah.
It's not fun. You can love your partner more than breath itself. I bet it's better if you have some other niggas to talk to about it.
Yeah.
If that makes me weird, I'm comfortable with that. Sling your words. That's okay.
I love friendship.
I love having platonic love. I love sharing my platonic love and my romantic love together.
Yes, and I wish people, like it's not friendship island. Some of the most interesting dynamics I've even seen are like people who become friends, unexpectedly, or people who find their like lifelong friends. I mean, it's not gonna happen to every person, but like shit, you might come out the experience and like friends is all you got because your couple ain't shit.
Because of this program, because of this like situation, even especially if you last a while, which everyone hopes to do, you are eternally bound to these other people. You're gonna be 80 and people are gonna have clips of you in this moment.
Yeah,
which sucks,
these are people. These are people who are going through something that only they will like have a full understanding of. Like we can watch them.
Yeah,
but, like, we don't know what it's like
that's a really
to be
good
on
point.
the island.
Yeah.
Films for like all these hours, sleep deprived. Like you're just kind of linked inevitably via what happens.
Yeah.
So I always shit, just like you might go to college and make friends. You might never see that person after college, but you might have that one friend you do.
Yeah.
Interact with.
Yeah.
And just your lifelong friend type shit.
Yeah. How do we put a cap on Love Island? Oh, I do want to say really quick.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I do think Bryce goes home.
Okay.
Because I do think Corbin's 22 and Trinity's 22, and Trinity and Bryce don't really click for real.
See, yeah, I don't think Corbin's gonna pick Trinity, I guess, is how I'm like
maybe that's just my wishful thinking. Maybe I just don't fuck with
No. I do think in theory, or at least my wishful thinking, Sean or Bryce goes home. But I'm like, that just almost feels too perfect. I know you keep saying sincere, but I don't. I
was gonna say about Sean, where it's like I kind of don't want him to go home, because when the guys are together, they're like good to each other and they're supportive. Yeah. And when Bea, who was originally matched with Sean, picked like to break up and like go to Gabrielle, he was like he was the first one to be like, "Oh, Gabrielle, what's up? I'm Sean. Nice to meet you. What's good?"
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
And he was like, "You don't need to explain nothing to me." I will say that like I don't want to try again, because I would rather have someone that's all in me. But like, there's no hard feelings. Wow, what an adult person.
He's purely cramping, I think, the young ho vibe, but I think he's a good dude. I just think that the girls are gonna
is that what it's supposed to be? Because I, as an old man, have more fun on the show when everyone is introspective and getting along. And I know that's not fun. I know that's not like super fun times, but that's when I individually have the most fun.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of like seeing people potentially build connections, as well as like I really enjoy the moments with like Bea and Kenzie, like when they're working through tension. Like it's not necessarily like no tension exists, but like seeing how people can overcome like shit that we do in every day, like
in a way that maintains like other people's feelings or personal integrity, or just.
And I feel like that's why season 6 was really popular, because there was like an abundance of friendship, but also there was like romance, and there was like there was a few moments where people fell out, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But overall, it was not like traumatizing.
Yeah,
like season 7 was traumatic, like all the stuff with Huda and all it. No, that I was like, wait, why is my heart racing every time I turn the TV on? Like, I'm having little anxiety attacks watching Love Island. This is not normal.
Yeah, and as a new viewer, I'll say that like I haven't hated my time. I haven't been miserable. It's definitely not my vibe. But I'm comfortable with that. I will say, like, fellas, watch Love Island. even like there's some good there's sportsmanship to it, right?
Yeah.
Like I do think it's like fun that the first season or the season's taking place as the NBA Finals. Like there's competition back home as soon as you're done with the game. Like it's on there. But otherwise, yeah, no, I am invested. I am invested.
Yeah. Yay. I will say this season's already going much better than last season. I was like, wow.
Except the kissing. I don't like the kissing. I wish they would stop kissing.
I think they've dialed it back a little bit.
I wish they would dial it back more. Stop fucking kissing. Chill out.
Not this.
All right. Well, while we wait for the next episode to come out, Leah, where can they find us?
You can find us on any place that there are podcasts, as well as YouTube and also Patreon.
And on Patreon for $5 a month, you get access to our after show office hours, where we're a little bit looser, a little bit... What do I usually say at this part? Where we're a little looser, a little bit riskier, and consume a little legal substance. So if you want to check that out, here's a quick sneak peek. One of the things that Melanie said about the prospect of Sincere talking to other people is, if he wants to cheat, I'll cheat back. Why? Why have that mentality? Because I've heard that a bunch. In fact, on TikTok, I saw a bunch of people applauding her for saying that. And I'm like, isn't that bad? Why are we in favor of this?
If I said this was connected to this idea of like dark femininity, would you believe me?
That sounds like that one Kendrick song. If I told you this was related to dark femininity, would you believe me? If you can afford it, please send it our way. If not, please like, comment, subscribe to the video. And until we see you next, stay black, stay nerdy, and read books.
Please read.
Read books. Is there a good, like, novel that captures the same vibe? Like, not just a rom-com, but like a rom-com about all these people that are, like, dating each other? Like a real messy... Maybe not messy, but just... Huh?
Oh no, I was like, I wonder. Like, I've played like a lot of interactive fiction, sort of Love Island based, but I've never seen like a pure novel.
Okay, which would
be interesting.
Let's look into that.